Tech fans and YouTubers from around the world. Who's got two thumbs and is ready to film a Tech of Tomorrow video? I'll tell you, this guy. So what's going on today? Well, in the last few video segments, we've talked a lot about gaming and the gaming industry, all the high prices, video card prices, RAM prices, everything super duper expensive. Plus, the very fact that as soon as someone puts the name gaming on it, most of the time, the price goes up quite a bit. And it's not always the case, but many times a product will say, hey, I'm a gaming product, but you get it and you're like, okay, well, why is this even called a gaming product? Now, somebody made a comment in my last video saying that, they've never seen a monitor that was called a gaming monitor that wasn't a gaming monitor. Really? Okay, I see it all the time on all kinds of products. So I'm going to talk about 4 categories. I was going to make separate videos, but I figured I'd just talk about this all in one video. And this video is interaction between me and you. I want to hear you guys' comments, hear what you have to say, and whoever actually leaves the best comments for all 4 categories, I will pin their comment to the top for everybody to stay and see. So let's start off with monitors. I'll tell you guys what I think. Now, if a product is going to be a gaming monitor, the first thing off the bat that it has to have is a higher refresh rate than 60 Hertz. I mean, just face it, 75 Hertz at minimum if you're going to call yourself a gaming monitor. Also, if it's going to be a very fast monitor and you want the fastest actual refresh rates, the fastest everything, the fastest response times, you would probably preferably have a TN panel. You really wouldn't want an IPS panel. IPS panels are a little bit slower. They look great for text, but for playing games, they're not the absolute fastest. Another factor, the ability to hook up multiple connections. You should be able to hook up with a DisplayPort, your HDMI, and even have a DVI cable option, if somebody wants that connection still. I don't know why they would, but some people still out there. And then last but not least, I feel for a gaming monitor, it has to at least be G-Sync or FreeSync compatible. It has to have super fast response times, super fast refresh rates. It's just got to be an all-in-all super duper fast monitor for playing games. It can't just be a monitor that's at 60 Hertz, doesn't really feature anything. A lot of people put this new technology, they call it flicker free. Well, the flicker free is more for when you're viewing text and stuff on the internet. So flicker free means when you're sitting there just surfing the net and doing all that different type of stuff, that your monitor is not flicking and making your eyes hurt. Now, this is great for checking email, great for doing everything on the internet, but it's not great for gaming. Not at all, in my opinion. Now, like usual, I want to hear your guys' comments on the subject number 1. What do you guys feel qualifies for a gaming monitor and would make you spend that extra dollar to get it for your PC system so you can have the best gaming environment that you can get yourself into? So that's number 1. Number 2, gaming mice. Now, I know a lot of people out there just use a standard mouse that doesn't even say it's, for gaming or anything else, and they do just absolutely fine. But nowadays, they have, all of these mice that say they're a gaming mice. Now, in my opinion, if you're going to be a gaming mice, there are certain things that definitely should be in there. First of all, you should have the absolute best type of tracking that you can get, and it should be able to pretty much track on any service. Let's just face it, gamers go all over the doggone place to play their games a lot of times. It's not always just in the comfort of their home, and they change mouse pads or they're on their desk, so that's definitely something that needs to qualify. Also, an adjustable DPI rate that adjusts from low to high depending on the people's skill rate and the way that they use their mouse. Some people pick up the mouse and skip around, do all kinds of crazy things with it. And the other thing is it's gotta have programmable buttons. For a fact. I mean, what's the point in having a gaming mouse if you can't even program the buttons? You know what I'm saying? It just makes no sense. Especially, if we want to push another category over, kind of like rock and roll is like, punk rock, classic rock, death metal. It's kind of the same thing with mice. They slash them into these categories, So a gaming mice, in my opinion, has to have those things. It's got to be programmable. Got to have great tracking. Should be able to track on any type of surface whatsoever. And it should also, I feel, have weight adjustment. Me personally, I like a really super duper heavy mouse when I'm playing, just like I like a really heavy guitar when I'm playing guitar, because it just to me feels, more solid, more grounded. So I know some people prefer a lighter mouse because their game style is they're playing, they pick the mouse up and they bop back down, they do kinds of stuff. That's not me. I just play flat, And I prefer a mouse that has the weight adjustment on it. So that's category 2. What do you guys think? What, in your opinion, qualifies as a gaming mouse that would make you go out once again and spend that extra money on a mouse that has the word gaming attached? Okay? Now, number 3, a gaming keyboard. Now, I know a lot of people think, okay, man, a gaming keyboard, that's a mechanical keyboard. A lot of people don't like mechanical keyboards. In all honesty, they're not my absolute favorite keyboard whatsoever. My favorite keyboard of all time is actually a Cytec keyboard, an old Cytec Cyborg. Everything on there was awesome for playing games. It was super duper spongy. It felt like one of the original IBM typewriters that were just so smooth and beautiful to play on. And that is my favorite. And it's not at all a mechanical keyboard. But for a gaming keyboard, I definitely think there has to be some things in a gaming keyboard that make it a gaming keyboard. First of all, I know a lot of these gaming keyboards come as minis and they don't even have a numpad on the side. So no numpad whatsoever. They've got a smaller keyboard. I mean, that's okay, but that's not really my favorite thing whatsoever. Let me know what you guys think. Now, on a gaming keyboard, I think the very most important things on the gaming keyboard are the polling rate. You should be able to hit all of the keys. There should be no N key rollover whatsoever. So if you're playing games, you're getting all crazy in there, you shouldn't be able to hit those keys and freeze up your system. Now that's something that, that's actually a good thing about the mechanical keyboards. Now, RGB, honestly, the RGB lights on a keyboard drive me frickin' nuts. They actually almost give me a headache. I'm sitting there it's like I'm at like some 60s acid trip and all these colors just keep flying at me. I prefer just a solid color on my keyboard. Now I do like lighted keycaps. I'm not going to deny that. I think those look really great. But to me, all those flashing lights is distracting. Solid white, solid blue, solid red, that's what I like. And you should be able to, once again, program all of the keys and do a bunch of different macros and all that type of stuff on your keyboard. I didn't probably mention that in the mouse, but you should be able to map all your macros and stuff, like I said, especially if you go MMO. That's what I was starting to get when I kind of forgot my point, but there's so many different things. For MMO mice, I meant, there's lots of programmable buttons. But on a keyboard, you should also have all of your sound control as well. Everything to do with your sound and everything should be right there on the keyboard so you can adjust everything to what you want it to be. To me, those are really important factors. And plus, you want keys on a keyboard that are very easily accessible. Some people even make a WASD key that's a little bit different than others for playing games. Now, for playing games, I'll admit, a couple of Corsair keyboards I have, it's really awesome for playing games up. But when you go to type, it's kind of weird when you got some keys that are kind of like off at an angle. So whoa, it's like falling off the side of a mountain when you're trying to type. So for typing, it kind of sucks. But if you're only going to be in a gaming environment, that's kind of cool. So to me, for a gaming keyboard, it's got to last a long time. You can hit all the keys, no in-key rollover. It can be programmable. It's got to have options for all of the audio and everything like that. And I even think having a headphone jack in it would be awesome as well. Now, it'd be really cool even is if you could somehow get, nice idea, I thought of this, your sound card inside your keyboard. So check for that. You could have the USB cable coming out. That could be your sound. And you could have sound, from your keyboard. Even maybe they can make it even way crazier, and make it wireless. You could have wireless speakers and wireless everything right out of your keyboard. Now that would be truly badass, right? All right, so last but not least, gaming headphones. There are a zillion headphones on the market. What do you think qualifies for a gaming headphone? For me, here's what I think a gaming headphone should be. It should really, first of all, definitely have a really good, clean, adjustable gooseneck mouthpiece, a microphone, so that you can talk into it. That's really important because when you're in game, you're playing with all your buddies and stuff, you want to be able to talk into that, talk your smack, talk all your crap, and harass people and do all that in games. That's what everybody does. They just mess with each other and talk a bunch of crazy crap. So you want to have a really good microphone. Next, some people prefer open ear headphones. That's their preference. Some people prefer closed ear headphones. So as far as that goes, I'm not going to say that either one of those actually qualifies or disqualifies it as a gaming headphone. It just depends on your taste. But it should definitely have some kind of surround sound technology, I think, if it's going to be a gaming headphone. 7.1 would actually be best. My son, Aaron, he loves his 7.1 headphones. Like once he started using those in gaming, he never ever wanted to go back whatsoever. Also, the drivers and everything should be geared so that explosions and all that stuff don't overpower at all the driver. So when something explodes and blowing up, you don't get any of that. It just clearly sounds good. So if somebody just says, hey, I'm a set of gaming headphones, I don't have a mic, I don't have this, and I'm just calling myself a gaming headphone, I don't think that that qualifies whatsoever, and why even spend your money on it? So for me, good gaming headphones, nice gooseneck mouse, nice drivers, also comfort level. Gaming headphones are going to have to sit on your head for a super long time. So having a nice comfort pad, and really nice earmuffs and stuff, to me also will qualify for a really nice set of gaming headphones. So what do you guys think? We've talked about 4 different things, and we know out there, if you go to buy this stuff, that each one of these things, if you put the name gaming on it, is usually going to cost you a lot more money. But is it worth your money? And is it an actual gaming product? Let me hear your thoughts and your comments down below. I want to know what you guys think for all 4 categories. What qualifies for a gaming product? What would make you spend your hard-earned cash on it and then not have buyer's regret afterwards? I'm Elric. You've been watching Tech of Tomorrow. We'll see you guys back here next week.